definitely the future of tarot. He's different dimension altogether.
Incredible talent and skill of tarot reading. Your ability to connect with people on such a deep level and providing them insights is truly amazing.
Beautifully, and was able to really deliver those messages clearly and just with a lot of detail. He really made sure that he used his tarot cards. Not only did he use different decks, but he also used his intuition, which is what I love most about it. He used his intuition and his visions to really get deep and clear about the messages that were coming through.
Let's dive deeper into the sorcerer's world as the new face of tarot.
Yo, my bro, the sorcerer, coming through. I'm excited for this journey he has, the new ventures and the prospects for him in the future. I've known him since Bonds 01, that's like 22 years ago now, long time. He's always been that one that's been charismatic, kind, respectful and helpful. He's a magnet. People cling on to him. He brings people together. From what I've seen over the years, his growth is always determined and always hard working. He always finds alternatives when a route is blocked. He comes up with another possibility. Perseveres through things. He strives on to bigger and better things. He believes in consistency and he carries out that consistency. So I'm proud of you, my G. I'm glad I'm witnessing the journey that you are on. We're all going to see it. I must admit I had some misconceptions at first about tarot reading, but being educated on this by bro made me informed. This guy has a skill and art form which he uses intelligently from what I watch on the Insta live sessions. It's been an interesting one, so trust me, he's the one. Watch this space.
In this episode, we'll go deeper into who Paul really is, not just as the sorcerer, but who he is on a deeper level. We'll explore his vulnerabilities, we'll explore more of the experiences that have made him who he is, and you'll get to see a little bit more of what I get to see on a daily basis.
I feel like P's tarot card reading is amazing and incredible. And in P's tarot card readings, P is really highly in tune with his intuition and his spiritual love, compassion, care and empathy for others who are suffering. And P then gives guidance to people so they can overcome their adversities and struggles in life. And P is very intelligent. P is in tune with Source, Creator in heaven, and P offers his divine intervention to people to help them and to share the love.
Paul's impact went much farther than his area of East London.
I recently had a reading with Paul. I met him through his beautiful partner, Sage. She's my dear sister. Hey y'all, my name is Cora. I recently had a reading by Paul, or the sorcerer. I met him through Sage, his divine partner. She's my sister. And yeah, it was a wonderful and beautiful reading. He truly tapped into my energy so respectfully and so beautifully, and was able to really deliver those messages very clearly and just with a lot of detail. He really made sure that he used his tarot cards. Not only did he use different decks, but he also used his intuition, which is what I love most about it. He used his intuition and his visions to really get deep and clear about the messages that were coming through. I immediately felt comfortable with him throughout the reading. Of course, you always start readings with a little bit of jitters and nerves, but he was so calm that I was able to calm down very easily and was able to fully receive the messages. I was called to get a reading by him, but I wasn't 100% sure why. But I quickly realized after the reading that I really just needed a different perspective, and truly a divine masculine perspective, because I usually get readings with females, and although they are beautiful readings, in this moment I really needed a male perspective that will touch to my masculine energy that clearly needs a little bit of work now. But yeah, he's a wonderful soul, a beautiful being. He was so respectful, and again, just was able to deliver the messages very clearly. He's a divine vessel, and the divine messages that came through truly touched me. I'm still integrating them, but I'm excited to continue this journey with him and get more readings. He officially became my go-to tarot reader for sure. And yeah, I'm excited to see what's next. It truly gave me a sense of clarity and excitement to see what's to come. I have a bright future ahead of me, so I'm glad that I got that reading. Quick shout out to my girl Sage. She came through afterwards with her beautiful light language and activations to help me truly integrate the messages. And yeah, I'm excited for what's next. So, new face of tarot. I'm excited to see where you're heading, homie.
Hey Paul, this one is for you. I wanna say this, that you're not just my friend, you're my big brother. And I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate the incredible talent and skill you got, my brother. Incredible talent and skill of tarot reading. Your ability to connect with people on such a deep level and providing them insights is truly amazing. The way you weave through the cards with such conviction is mesmerizing. But you know, it's not just about the cards, my brother. It's not just about the cards. It's about your unique ability. The ability you have to convince and inspire people. Your words have that incredible power. You can motivate and uplift people. You have this knack. You have this knack for turning insights into meaningful, actionable advice. And here also I want to mention about your visualization skills, brother. They are truly next level. You know, truly next level. The way you paint pictures with your words. I mean, you can clearly see the bigger picture. Mostly people, they can't see it, but you can see the bigger picture. And the way you explain that to people, it's totally amazing. Your words, they add a whole different dimension whenever you're doing reading, or you're giving a motivational speech, or you're motivating someone. Your words, they add a different dimension, brother. For me, you always motivated me. You always uplifted me, brother. And I really appreciate that. And I'm happy that I met you. So I really wish you a very successful future. I wish you that you're gonna be successful in everything. There gonna be challenges, but my brother, you got this. And we're gonna see each other at the top very soon, inshallah. Take care of yourself, and best of luck. Best of luck for everything.
I really wanted to bring out more of Paul for the world to see, so I encouraged him to share a little bit about his life with a few questions. Alright, so we know who the sorcerer is, but who's Paul?
You know what? I'm just your level-headed, grounded guy that's just with his friends, with his boys. That's who I am. I'm gonna surprise people, but I might appear as an extrovert, but I'm actually an introvert. I like to stay hidden. And I'm only having this energy when I'm surrounded by people that I vibe with, if you know what I mean. So Paul's just a chilled, introverted guy.
And what inspires you other than tarot?
Poetry, art, editing. I like to visualize things as well with my vision boards. I like to write songs. I'm very into the artsy-fartsy stuff. I feel all of that stuff is quite relaxing.
What was it like growing up in your area, Newham?
Do you know what? Newham's actually quite, well, it was chilled back in the day, and it was quite lively as well at the same time. It's the community. I'd say it's the environment made me. Friends, my school. I went to a place called St. Bons, and that's a lot of character building. But at the same time, East London, Newham as a whole, it's a very multicultural, energetic at times, strict environment. But at the same time, it could be a bit rowdy, but it's made me me. So I've incorporated different elements of that in me right now.
What are you the most proud of?
I think the changes within myself, being able to deal with pain, deal with being hurt in a more elegant way, instead of reacting to anger with anger. I send my love to people that have hurt me in the past, and then I wish them all the best. Back then it wasn't like that. I was a different person to who I am now. I was a boy then, I'm a man now. I was a seed then, I'm a plant now.
That's beautiful. And there's a quote that I've heard you say quite a few times from Mike Tyson that I think fits beautifully here. Do you remember that quote?
Yes.
Yeah.
It takes so much violence in me to be so gentle.
Can you explain a little bit of how you interpret that?
For me, the way I interpret that is, it takes all that aggression, all that anger in me, all that inner pain and hurt that's been with you, and alchemize that. Alchemize yourself, empower yourself, and releasing that in that present moment and letting that go.
What's your relationship like with your mom?
Me and my mum's relationship, it's imperfectly perfect. When I was young, I absolutely loved her, and I still do. But during my years as a young adult, me and her had rifts, misunderstandings, miscommunications. We didn't see eye to eye on the basis of different decisions of mine and hers, different ideas of how certain ways of living should be. But I was trying to see the world through my lenses, whereas my mom didn't understand that. As time went by, there was a moment where we were completely disconnected, but I feel like it was the universe's way of bringing us together. She got sick, man. And that's what brought us together, man. Like, she got real ill. And there was a part of me that I didn't think she was gonna make it. And that's what brought me and her together. And I think we had a full circle moment. And now she's so proud of me. You know, she stopped thyroiding. And now the moment she got better, she gave me her old cards. And it was just a way of her giving me the baton. And I've never looked back. And our relationship is ever golden.
So we've heard you talk about your mom. Could you tell us about your dad?
Yeah, my father, he had his demons. Let's put it that way. And now he's rested. That was a lot to take in for someone so young.
How did you find out that your father passed?
It was around the evening time, and I had a missed call first, and then something felt strange in the air. I couldn't really, it just felt strange. And at that time, intuition, I was picking things up out of nowhere. And then I had that dreaded message that you need to pick up the phone. It's Dad. It was my half sister who called me to say that Dad died.
How long did that affect you, as far as like your ways of coping and when you finally found your peace about it?
It took me years, so many unanswered questions. It really dragged me through the mud. I took a lot of substances. In fact, I nearly took my own life because of it. I didn't want to feel anymore.
Sounds like you were lonely.
Yeah. You know what the most beautiful thing is? When I realized when I closed my eyes. When I was in that young age of 21, I was all alone, but the moment I closed my eyes and had that near-death experience, I realized that I wasn't alone.
By that, do you mean the whispers?
Yeah. That was always divinely guided. Always been, just needed to be unearthed.
You're a strong man. And just to get a bit personal, that's something that I truly love about you.
I try. Not often I leave a tear in my eye, but it's been real. It's been real.
You know, something that immediately attracted me to Paul was his consistency and his vulnerability whenever he was showing interest with me. I remember asking him, like, it feels like you're serving your heart on a silver platter, like you're literally putting your heart in my hands, and how does that not scare you, you know? And he just looked at me, and this was on video chat at the time because we were long distance, but he looked at me and he was like, because I have no fear. I have no fear in trusting my heart, and my heart is saying that you're the one, it's you. And so I say that to say, it has been such a tremendous and wonderfully inspiring experience to see Paul further evolve and change through following his heart and embracing vulnerability, not just within our relationship, but in all the areas of his life. And he continues to amaze me, not just as a man, but as a human being. He inspires me, you know. And sometimes I find that maybe I could be a little bit more compassionate in a situation, and he's the one to guide me to that compassion. And our relationship has truly evolved to a point where we mirror each other. And whenever I see him, you know, working through his shadow, letting go of old things, it inspires me to look within myself, to say, you know what, like, let me do the same. And I've never been one to really subscribe to the whole let, you know, the man lead, or, you know, anything of that nature. But with him, it's like we're on a ship, and I know I can trust him without a shadow of a doubt to lead us on that boat. He's the one driving the boat, he's the one sailing the boat, and I'm the sails. And it's just, I'm so grateful for him every day. And the vulnerability that he's sharing in this documentary is just incredible. And, you know, knowing what I know, it's only really a tip of the iceberg of what he's sharing with you guys, but even that little amount is just impactful and transformative for me to watch, and I know it'll be the same for you too.
This is my spot. As you can see, this is my spot. This is where I ground, relax, reflect. Every time I have like a reading and I just need a reset, bring the energies back to, you know, just a good vibe. I'm here. I'm literally 5 minutes away from a park. As you can see over there, that's my willow tree. I just feel very connected with this tree right here. Every time I need to reflect, every time I just need to be with one, with the universe, I just feel connected to this tree. Do I have any more explanations about it? No, it's just through my intuition. Yeah. I just feel the love. Yeah. Just feel the energy. Good energy.
Usually when Paul experiences intense emotions, whether it's from himself or from an energy exchange, he'll head to his park to ground his energy.
Where you going?
Okay, I'm gonna take you to one of my, like, another spot that's amazing. We're gonna watch the planes set off. What do you think?
Sounds cool.
Alright, let's do it.
Since I've known Paul, vulnerability has been a huge influence in our relationship. When I first met him, you know, he came across as so incredibly vulnerable, and he told me that he wasn't normally like that, but
he was so comfortable being vulnerable that I just couldn't believe it. It felt like it came so naturally to him. But what I've seen over the past few months with Paul is just a deepening of that vulnerability in the most astounding ways. The way that he continues to surprise not just me, but himself with the depth of his emotions, and how he's learning to embrace these things within himself is truly extraordinary. And it's the releasing of his past and all the beliefs that he had of vulnerability being a weakness, when in reality it's been his biggest strength.
Paul is just amazing. I mean, what can I say? Am I biased? Yes. But that biasness is also the truth. And I know that everyone who knows Paul in person would share the same sentiment, you know. And I have the privilege of having the most intimate relationship with him as his partner, and the vulnerability that he has embraced, the shift that I've seen within him, the work that it takes to go within yourself and pull out old beliefs and old versions of you from the root. That takes grit, and Paul just embodies that grit yet that softness so well. He's like a walking a walking example of polarity. And if only you guys could see through this documentary just a fraction of not just the sorcerer, but Paul, you would be just as inspired and amazed as I am, you know. He has always been one to impress me with his heart, and not just his heart, but to turn around and, you know, have that confidence and that courage to truly, to me, display such a balance of the masculine and the feminine within one person. I'm used to seeing, you know, the masculine side of men, but it's so rare. It's such a 1% experience to be with a man who embodies both of those qualities, that can be firm but can also be gentle. And I know that when people experience readings with him, they get a taste of that. A lot of times I feel like people aren't quite sure like how to put their finger on it and why they feel so safe with him from the beginning, or how they just manage to relax as time goes on. But that's exactly what it is. It's that balanced, dope energy that we're feeling when we're with Paul. And I just love that so much. You're gonna hear me say that so much, and I have no regrets about it. I just love it, I love it, I love it. And I know you guys will too.
Mental health is a serious matter, and we want you to know that you are never alone. No matter how it may seem, there's always someone out there that can give you help.